Any politician that knows what he's doing cannot be betrayed by anybody. If there is anybody that betrayed the other, I can say it emphatically that Peter Obi betrayed me. You know, when we started 2023, it was an organic movement. Every Nigerian wanted a change. Every Nigerian was dissatisfied with the way things were going. And everybody wanted a change. And so we and Nigerians felt that there is a new thing that is appearing in the horizon. And because I'm a man looking for the security and welfare of Nigerians, not any politician or any political party, I was sold to it. Nobody drafted me into following the movement. I followed the movement myself. And so when I was chosen to be a spokesperson, I honored it. And then we continued. And everybody knew what I did and my contribution. Because one thing about being a spokesperson is that you are out there. So whatever you're doing is in the public. So whatever you're contributing when you're a spokesperson is out there in the public. And we did. And we achieved what we believed we achieved. And we believed that we won the election. Then after that, what happened? We believed that we were denied. We went to court, up to Supreme Court, and we believed that we did not get justice. Now, our leaders say, calm down. And that was how that chapter ended. What then happened after that? If you did what you did in 2023, if you are a brilliant politician, what you should do is to start preparing, start consolidating for 2027. And the first platform you start with is your party. In Nigeria, there's no room for independent candidacy. So you must have a party, a political party as your platform. And when we moved into Labour Party, nobody was interested in the structure of the Labour Party because we moved in for the election. So nobody even wanted to ruffle any structure of Labour Party. That was why when people wanted to assault Labour Party, I took it that they wanted to assault our electoral chances, and I fought fiercely against that. When you hear all those other factions fighting Labour Party then, and we always succeeded. Then after that, there now came a convention where we needed now to start showing the world whether we are serious in building a virile democratic party or not. Whatever you told the world before 2023 will not matter in 2027 because there will be no new thing you will tell them. It is what you do from 2023 to 2027 that they will judge you with. And I raised the advice that we said we are fighting against the structure of criminality. We said we are better off even if we lose doing the right thing than winning doing the wrong thing. That this is the litmus test. And then when we entered into the convention, I, as the spokesperson, was not even informed about the convention. I saw it leaked when the letter was leaked in the social media. But because I was not interested in being an executive of Labour Party or being interested in any elective post, I was like, I wanted to keep quiet until Peter Obi himself came out publicly to say, the people that are doing this convention did not consult people. This convention should not go on. This convention should not go on. And then the convention went on after warning them. And then, knowing the consequence that a leader has said something and the people did not follow the leader. The next thing is that the leader ought to embark on doing something to ensure that his order was obeyed. I called Peter Obi privately. You made this public statement. Do you mean it? Or was it a political statement? Because I have no dog in this fight. And then he said, he meant it. Can't I see that he did not even attend the convention? And I'm like, what a cheek. What gave these people the power to continue when our leader has spoken? And that was when I came out to say that convention is illegal and is null and void, and presented my facts by law, because in fairness, it was an illegal convention. That was how I said, no, it can't stand. Then you, the Peter Obi that said that, after a little while, they went and lied to Peter Obi that INEC has accepted them. That was a lie they told him. And then Peter Obi surreptitiously went back to them. And I'm like, sir, you have made a public statement on integrity. Even if INEC has accepted these people, that is not a criterion for you to go back and start dealing with them. Because these people have shown that they are not democratic. If you go back to them, they will destroy your political career. And everything you have said about integrity and everything will die. That these people are now agents in the hand of the government to destabilize you. That you should not try it. And that since you have made a public statement and we have started acting on it, if we go back, it's going to affect our integrity. Me, I don't go back. Because not only that you said it, it is true that what they did was absolutely illegal and unconstitutional. If you go back to them, I will not go back to you. I will not go back with you. And you know what? I called all the people that were in the inner circle and told them the same. Look at what our guy is trying to do. He wants to go back with the Abure people. If he does it, he's not going to go back with me, because I do not swallow back my words. And after saying all those things, within like 72 hours, he went back to Abure's office to publicly endorse them. And when he was there talking to them, one of the leaders in that executive sent me the video to mock me that the person I'm fighting for against them has come to their office to endorse them. What am I waiting for? That was the first time I made a public statement that I disassociate myself from anything Abure and his executive. And that was the last time I sat down with Peter Obi to talk. And then we continued. Because I told Peter Obi, if because they lied to you, or even they told you that INEC, because then he didn't know they lied to him, but I know, being a lawyer, I said, assuming without considering that INEC has even recognized them, INEC recognized Tinubu. So why not let us go back with him? So I told him, because one philosopher, Alan Kasdan, he said, never compromise your principles even if it will lead to difficulty in the short term. Never compromise your principles, even if it will lead to problems, to difficulties in the short term. That's my policy. So, if INEC recognize them and you know they did the wrong thing and you want to go with them, then you are a politician of convenience, not a politician of conviction. And I told him, you are going into a problem. And so we continued. I disassociated myself and continued on that platform. It dawned on him because when he went to endorse them, he saw the backlash. Then he said, no, he's looking for reconciliation. I said, fine. That is still a very good escape route for him. If he can, maintain it and distance himself from them. It was when INEC now publicly disassociated itself from Julius Aburi. That was when Obi now came out and became neutral. And I'm like, sir, you cannot be neutral on this issue. Something has to be done. And then, even when INEC dissociated themselves, Labour Party did not have leadership and confusion was breeding everywhere. I said, sir, you cannot be neutral. You have to say something. NLC had a meeting and all of us came there. And he said he prefers to sit on the fence. And I'm like, hold on. In front of everybody, I said, sir, this is not something you can sit on the fence. A leader must take a decision. And he insisted he prefers to sit on the fence. And I said, okay. When he left, all the people there, we are so annoyed. I still begged them. I said, please. Because I know that his political career is on the line. I still begged them. I said, please, let's write a letter to him and still give him time to take decision. Because everybody wanted to implement whatever is his wish. Because people were fighting for him. We wrote a letter to him and still gave him some time. He still did not reply at all. That was when we came up with the caretaker committee idea. It was my brainchild. I went into the constitution and I told them, the NWC having been rejected, this is the only choice we have legally. And that was how it was carried. And Alex Oti, the governor Alex Oti, took it upon himself because he's a more decisive person. And then organized the woman here trip where they, chose and Obi came and announced the caretaker chairman. After that day, Julius Abure people went to court. Obi even told them that if they go to court and win, he will support them. After he's announcing the caretaker committee. And they went to court and won. And Obi abandoned the caretaker committee and started working with them. I was still maintaining my stand. I still told the whole world. I said the High Court decision is not according to the law. Because I'm a minister in the Temple of Justice. And our first rule in professional conduct is that we are trained to uphold the rule of law. Abure went to Court of Appeal, as in the caretaker committee went on Court of Appeal. And Abure won. By then, Obi had made up his mind that these people are the authentic one. And he was working with them. The gubernatorial election in Anambra State, it was Abure people that brought the candidate of Labour. Obi worked with them on that. And then I made it clear after the Court of Appeal decision, and I saw that Obi is still working with these people. Remember, they asked the legal advisor of Labour Party openly, and he said Obi is working with them. Within the time they went to court, I maintained my stand that the High Court and the Court of Appeal, they are in error because that did not accord to the law, because the law is very clear. The Supreme Court has held that The court does not have any jurisdiction to interfere in the internal affairs of political party. And I say this is the position of the law. And the High Court and the Court of Appeal erred in law. And that even if they go to Supreme Court, and Supreme Court holds that they are right, I am done with Labour Party. Because I have seen what they are doing, and that's not what should be done. And my principle will not allow me, knowing that they are not doing the right thing, to follow them. So I resigned from the Labour Party because I said, whatever is the decision of the Supreme Court, whether it is for caretaker or for Aburedem, I do not think I want to work with this set of politicians that do not have principle. And throughout the time I worked with Obi, I never consulted, worked with any politician whatsoever. And I'm making a public statement. When I was in PDP, I never consulted and worked with any politician outside PDP. When I was in APC, the same thing. When I was in Labour Party, the same thing. So I resigned from Labour Party. And then, when the Supreme Court gave judgment, that was when Obi remembered again the caretaker committee. Caretaker committee was in abeyance. I was the one who even going to the press when they asked me anything, defending them. Even when I resigned from Labour Party. Because as you know, I'm a public affairs analyst. And I state the facts anytime as clear as possible. So when the Supreme Court gave judgment, it was in favor of the caretaker committee. That was when Obi came back. And when we had that meeting, he said, let us take the CTC to INEC. And they went to INEC. And then they took the CTC there. Yet INEC did not do anything. INEC was delaying. And since then, what has he done? So the issue here is that Obi, when he said that somebody betrayed him, it is not true. Obi is the one betraying himself. And let me tell you the gospel truth. Nobody is murdering Obi's political career. Obi is committing political suicide. And I mean it. Because I recall when we were campaigning, I went to the national office when I saw their mindset and pleaded with every member of Labour Party that nobody should campaign or endorse any candidate who is not a member of Labour Party. Till today, when I was Labour Party, I did not endorse any candidate from councillorship to the presidency. The same will be endorsed candidates of other political parties publicly. The gubernatorial candidate of another party was who Obi endorsed in Cross River State, rather than the Labour Party gubernatorial candidate publicly. When I'm saying anything I did with Obi, it is only the ones that had been public. Anything we discussed confidentially, I would never say, unless he brings it up. So everything I'm telling you is something that's already in the public. So at the end of the day, it was still Obi that endorsed the candidates of other political parties, apart from Labour Party. I recall when I took some Labour Party candidates to the national headquarters, begging that they should be endorsed. I knew the obstacles that I had to pass. So the issue here is when he's trying to make that insinuation. When I was telling him that these people, they were going to sell him out, that if he follows them, I will not follow him. He said I was behaving rascal. I was trying to make him I'm in a haste, that I'm suggesting, trying to make insinuations, because he likes to make insinuations. What is he saying today? The same will be saying the government is using these people against him. The same thing Kenneth Okonkwo told him how many months ago? For crying out loud, if you're a leader, you are in such a party, you have 2-3 options. The first one is, if you see that these people are criminals, the way you want to paint them now, you leave the party if you can't solve the problem as a leader, so that your followers will not be confused, and so that you don't get so close to the time of the next election that you would have nothing to do about it. Now, you did not leave. You remained with them. Why? Because you're in cahoot with them in everything they're doing. In all the primaries that the Aburedem organized, none was organized without Obi's approval, whether in Imo, whether in Edo, whether in Ondo, and now in Anambra. And that was why Obi campaigned for all the candidates that came out of it. So you're in cahoot with these people in private. In public, you want to paint another image. No, you're just being a politician of convenience, not a politician of conviction. So where does Kenneth Okonkwo come into this? When I couldn't take it anymore, I left. And before leaving, I had nothing to do with any politician. Nothing. So the issue here is that a Peter Obi, you're not a team player. You're not a great manager of political issues. And you're looking for your problem outside you. I told him that whatever happens to Labour Party has happened to his political career. Because anytime you're stepping out into a coalition, the destiny of your political future is no longer in your hands. Because you have to subordinate your own interest to the interest of the coalition. Labour Party is not viable now as a party to prosecute presidential campaign. So his political destiny lies now in the coalition, or he is not going to make any impact whatsoever in 2027. So when he insinuated that Kenneth Okonkwo betrayed him, sorry, Obi betrayed himself.